everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing great today. Today I thought we would do something a little different and do a tier list. I've actually been wanting to do a tier list ever since I played the Arkham Batman games, and I kind of wanted to do one after I completed the Arkham collection. But then I kind of just got in my head a little bit, and then I was like, should I wait until I complete all Batman games and then do it, or like play the majority of Batman games and then do a tier list? But you know what? I was browsing the tier maker and there's one specifically for Arkham villain characters. So I was like, I'll do a tier list for the Arkham villains in the Arkham collection. And once I get through playing some other Batman games, I can do one with that one. Or I might do a custom one. Who knows? But let's get on with the Batman Arkham villains tier list. So we have an S tier, an A tier, a B tier, C tier, a D tier. Now, if anyone knows me by now, they will know that the first villain I think of when it comes to Batman, in Arkham or in that universe, is the Joker.
Really?
Now, I know the Joker is a bit hit and miss, obviously, but I think he's more hit than a miss. I feel like most people like the character Joker, but I don't know, I'm always just like, I can't help it. I always smile when he gets on the screen, and I especially really loved him in the Arkham collection. I loved him in Asylum, City, and Night, which is what this tier list is. So for me, Joker is definitely S tier, solid S tier. In my opinion, one of the best villains in the universe, especially in Batman. Like, he's just so great. He's like a nonchalant character. He's like a chaotic character. He just doesn't care. He just does everything, and he will do what he wants to do. When it comes to his personality, I just can't help but just be like, like low-key, I want to be like this, like nonchalant about things, but obviously I can't because, rules, and, it's not good what some of the things he does. So, but anyways, Joker will always have a soft spot for me, so he is an S tier, and I know he's a bad person, but I don't see the red.
You need help. You need serious help.
Next one. Okay, so I think from now on we're going to go in order. So this guy here, I think he was in City. I don't know if he was in the next games. Maybe he was. I think he was in Origins. I know Origins is technically not the Arkham collection, but it's Arkham, right? Because it's Batman Arkham Origins. Yeah, that will work. So this guy, I think he was called Zsasz, and he's basically like a serial killer villain. Like, all I remember from this guy was that in City he would literally just call me like random times and in trauma dump about his like upbringing and his life and like how much he suffered, and I don't know, he was just treating like Batman like a therapist. I don't know why he was, but that's all he did. And I know he like tattooed it on him, and then all I remember like his like the people he had murdered, etc. I don't know. Where would I put him? Like I said, he would just trauma dump on me, so I'm gonna go D. Is that too harsh? I don't know. Maybe C or D. He's kind of irrelevant, No offense.
I'm sorry.
Okay, next one, Dr. Freeze. Dr. Freeze, I love as a villain. He's a very, very interesting villain. But to me personally, he's more anti-hero than villain, because his backstory, like, unlike, Joker, like, everything about him is like villain. Like to his core, he's a villain. But with Dr. Freeze, he can be kind of ambiguous. Like, he can kind of go that way or this way. And his core is just him trying to save his wife, So to me, I would consider him more of an anti-hero over as like villain. So for that reason, I do love him as a character a lot. But because we're purely going by, what are we going by? Are we going by like if they're villains, or are we going by like which villain I would make it? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to go between either A tier or S tier. We'll stick with A. I like his missions as well. Like, I liked his missions in City and in Night. Was he in Origins? I don't remember. I've got a goldfish brain, so. All right, next one. This guy. Who is this guy? Solomon Grundy. His story is kind of peculiar as well, but we don't really see much of him as like a fight. I think we may have fought him. Did we have a fight with him in Night? We had like a boss fight with him. Was that Night or was that City? I don't remember now. one of the games, we had a boss fight with it. If that is Solomon Grundy, by the way. If that isn't, oops. Solomon Grundy, he's like his character's kind of sad as well, isn't it? Like, wasn't he just like his backstory, like, I remember there was like a rhyme about him, but didn't he just like kind of just turn into this experiment? Or was that someone else? I gotta do some Googling now. Okay, so I just Googled Solomon Grundy. If you hear weird noises because of my phone, my apologies. And I just got the rhyme, which was, he was born on Monday, christened on Tuesday, married on Wednesday, and on Thursday he fell sick, and the illness got worse on Friday, and he died on Saturday, his body was buried on Sunday, and like this, it was the end of Solomon Grundy. That's so sad. Now, in the DC world, it says he's depicted as a murder victim brought back to life as a corporal zombie, and it's taken from the 19th century nursery rhyme. Okay, so because it says that he came back as a corporate zombie, it always seems like someone else is kind of like controlling him. Now, I don't remember if it was City or Night. Was it Penguin controlling him? If I remember correctly, one of the two. So for that reason, it seems like villain-wise, I'm gonna go with C, because I don't know, he's just like under, this kind of sad, he's under someone else's control, so it doesn't really go any further from that. But maybe I need to look into him. I don't know if he ever appears in the Batman animated series. If he does, I would love to like see if they got a backstory for him. I feel like that would be really cool. This guy, weak. Like, his whole thing was, I'm gonna go get plastic surgery to look like Bruce. Then I just remember at one point he gets, oh my god, who does he get? You know, the guy that makes the stuff for Bruce? I forgot his name, I'm so sorry. But he kidnaps him at some point, and then we have like a standoff, and he looks like Bruce, and it's just like a whole thing, and it's really weird. But I'll leave him here. Doctor Strange. So you know Doctor Strange, he didn't actually start out evil, did he? And he just went into it because of his experiments and all these other ideas and things he's got. I know with him, he manipulates specifically one character a lot, but I don't remember their name. But Doctor Strange, he's more like the manipulator, that type of character. So I'm going to go with either B or C, I think. C. Oh, I feel like he's better than Solomon though. But yeah, we'll go with that. All right. I might change it. We'll see. Next character, the main villain of Arkham Knight. I freaking forgot his name. I'm so stupid. He is called the Arkham Knight. I'm like, who is this guy? Or who is this villain in Arkham Knight? He's called the Arkham Knight. Okay, Arkham Knight, aka, is it Jason Todd? Was it Jason Todd? Yeah, the Robin. By the way, this is all spoilers, and I'm kind of saying this really late, but like, please don't watch this if you've not played the games, because this is all spoilers. But anyways, when I was playing Arkham Knight, I kept theorizing that it was Alfred who was this character, because every time we would finish talking, he would like give me a call, or he would go away, and then this guy, Arkham Knight would appear, vice versa. So I was like convinced that he was Alfred. Villain wise, I don't think he was the best villain in the Arkham collection. His whole shtick, personally, no offense to anyone who's like a big fan, is he would just like freaking call me or whatever and be like, oh, I'm coming to get you, I'm sending these drones after you, I'm sending these tanks after you, yeah, I'm gonna rule this world, I've got all my minions ruling the city. Like,
I have never been more scared in my life.
So I wouldn't really consider him a strong villain. The fact that when you get the spoiler and you get the ultimate reveal, it's Jason Todd, aka the previous Robin, which I never knew about. Like, oh my god, like that was well shook. Personally, like I was like really shocked about that. That part was good. When it comes to like the fights with him, I enjoyed the fight where we were underground. He was chasing us with that, not bulldozer, but like the thing to dig, but it was like really intense. That was quite a fun fight, but to me he's quite weak. I'm gonna go with either B or C. Gonna go with C for now because he just kept whining. Catwoman. I love Catwoman. I love her. I wouldn't really consider her a villain though. To me, she's more like an anti-hero because she only does things to get paid, right? So she can go any side depending on who pays her. Her morals are very like ambiguous, I would say. But I love Selena. I personally ship Selena with Batman. I think they would make a very cute couple. They are quite opposite, but I feel like opposites attract, and I feel like that's a good thing, you know, because Batman is very like stoic and like serious and right is right, wrong is wrong, that kind of guy. So I feel like she gives a good contrast. She kind of I feel like she brings that playful energy, and I don't know why I'm like discussing their relationship because this is not what it's about. But either way, I love Catwoman. I loved her in City. This is the City one, or was that the Night one? I think this is Night. Either way, she looks great in all of them, to be honest. I also really enjoyed playing as her. That was really fun. So to me, I'm gonna go with A. So yeah, and the reason why I give A is because to me, she's more anti-hero than villain. Like, I wouldn't consider her like villain. Harley Quinn. I also have a soft spot for Harley Quinn, and I've actually dressed up as this character. I've got the exact outfit that she wears in this one. So other than that, I'm trying to think. To me, according to the games, I've yet to be introduced to her in the Batman Arkham series, and I know she even has a Harley Quinn show, which I would like to watch as well. So I guess I could see more of the backstory there. But I feel like she just follows what Joker does. Like everything about her and her whole purpose is to please Joker and do what he wants. So when it comes to villainry, is she ultimate villain or I'm gonna go with, I do love her as a character though, but she doesn't do too much. I think she's more like, I think either A tier or B tier. Am I being too harsh with my my list? I'm thinking either B tier or this tier. I'm gonna go with B. Sorry, Harley. I love you, but sorry.
It's pretty difficult to put into words how disgusted I am, how depressed I am.
All right, next character. This guy, I forgot his name.
Why are you the way that you are?
Okay, so this is Black Mask. Oh gosh, my memory. I think there was a DLC with him, wasn't there? And it was him against Redhead. Yeah, and he looked kind of cool in that one. I think it was Origins. I'm pretty sure it was Origins. This guy, I feel like he's a really interesting character, but I feel like we barely saw him. So I can't really say too much. Maybe in like the animation series, but like in the Arkham collection, in like Origins, I feel like we barely saw them. So for that reason, I'm gonna go with C. Now this guy, these are all the minions. The minions, I'm not gonna give in depth. Like I think these were like the minions, like the extra side characters for Arkham Knight. These guys were so annoying, having to go and clear their bases and all that stuff. So for me, they're gonna go here. Okay, both of them. If there's more, I'll add them there too. And if they do have any more, like they had some fun quirks. I remember this guy, I think he said a few funny lines, I think maybe, but other than that, D, like not even a villain. I mean, especially when you compare it to like these ones, do you know what I mean? Or even up to here. These two, irrelevant. These two shouldn't even be on the list, to be honest. Okay, Two-Face. I do like Two-Face. I feel like we barely, like in the games, it's more... he had a bit in City actually, but it's more about him like robbing banks and stuff. Like it doesn't really go into like a full story with him. His freaking backstory I reacted to was so sad. I reacted a Batman animated series, and then there was like a two-parter for Two-Face, and I felt like his whole story was just so emotional and sad. I really do like Two-Face, but to me, according to the games, his impact was quite little, I would say, compared to the other ones. So I think I'll go with B. Okay, next one. This guy. Oh, what was this guy? I remember this guy. I think we had like a one-off fight with him. Same as this guy too. They're just basically minions again. These guys are minions. So they were fun to fight. No, I think I remember. Was this the Russian? I think this was like the Russian twins. Or are these two the Russian twins together? Nah. I'm confused. I think these guys are minions though. So they're gonna go D tier. Like irrelevant. If I'm wrong, please correct me. That's how I remember it. Okay, Bane. I do like Bane. I do enjoy Bane. And I especially enjoyed him in Origins only because it seems like, you know what's it called? You know that thing that he takes that makes him stronger, whatever. What's that called? Was it called Titan or something? I feel like with that, it kind of like dumbs him down later on with how excessive he takes it, I guess. So I really appreciated him in Origins because he's really, really smart. And I feel like that kind of gets missed around a lot, but he's a really smart person. And like his backstory is like really sad as well. Like he literally was getting punished for his dad's sins. And I think his time in prison from a very young age, he was able to educate by reading and stuff. If that's how I remember his backstory from what I've looked into. So I appreciate him in Origins because he was way more like came across more smarter because he was like planning things and doing things, you know, rather than like, I need Titan, like, I don't know. I don't want to take the piss out of Bane. But for Bane, I would give him like, he's anywhere from A tier or B tier. Oh, I'm thinking. We'll keep him B tier for now. All right, this person, I have no idea who this person is. No idea who this person is. This looks like someone from like PS1 graphics or something. Like, what is this? So for that reason, I'm putting him here because I have no idea who that's supposed to be. He's got no face either. This guy, irrelevant again, another minion. He looks kind of, I think he was a bit a bit more important, like a tiny bit tad higher than Minion, but still irrelevant. All right, next one. Firefly. Firefly was a fun character in City and Origins as well. To me, I feel like like the games barely focus on them, so I don't know, there wasn't much other than him setting things on fire and you having to chase him and catch him. So for that reason, I'm going to put him in C tier because, like I said, wasn't really given too much. I feel like these characters made more impact, you know? Okay, next one. Talia. I do not like her. She's very pretty. I don't like her. I do not ship her with Batman either. Knowing her backstory and what she's done to him, it made me... her whole shtick with her stupid dad. Okay, I'm gonna go in. Where is he? Ra's al Ghul, they're so freaking annoying. It's like Batman's got so much to deal with anyway, you know, trying to protect Gotham, Arkham, not Arkham, trying to protect Gotham, Arkham's like that. Trying to protect Gotham from these people, and then these two are like, oh, you're the chosen one, come be a ninja, or come be an assassin, or come, like, please join us, like, you have to, you're the chosen one, gaslighting, you're the one, if you end me, or if you end Ra's al Ghul, like, I don't know, they're so annoying. So because I really find them annoying, both of them, D. You know when she gets carried out by Batman at the end in City, I'm like, good. That was an emotional moment, but I just didn't like her, so I just felt like nothing. But it was quite a memorable scene. Ra's al Ghul, he is a cool villain in terms of in City, his fighting. And I'm kind of skipping like this, but just because them two are related, right? Father, daughter, I'll do it together. His boss fights were kind of cool, but like in City, very trippy, but cool. In Night, there was a DLC with him, I'm pretty sure. And I remember the minute there was an option to either join them or end him, I was like, I'm ending him. I'm sick of him. He's so freaking annoying. If you're giving me the option to end him, I'm ending him. So I really want to put him here as well. Really, really do. But because he had a kind of okay boss fight and he's a tad more like, puts more effort to being a villain, I put him here. But honestly, I just dislike both of them. They should go. Red Arrow. So Red Arrow's whole shtick is like anti-capitalism, you know, workers' rights, all that. I thoroughly agree with that. But he was just kind of like whiny. And I remember when I had to end him, I think it was in Origins. And then he was just sat on the floor and he was just whining and whining and whining and whining. And it was really, really annoying. So for that reason, I'm going to D. All right. We are getting close. Next one. The next one is Killer Croc. Oh, I do like Killer Croc. I wish I went into more of a backstory with him. I think was it City they kind of do? Or was it Night DLC with the whole experiments and stuff? Like his backstory is really sad as well. I found him terrifying in, was it Asylum or City? The one with the sewers part? Oh my God, you know when he keeps jumping out? That was so terrifying, which now reminds me, Bane had a very cool fight as well. That was kind of terrifying. So for me, Killer Croc is gonna go either A or B. Ooh, A or B, A or B, A or B, A or B.
1 hour later.
I'm gonna go with B. Just because in the Arkham games, it's not too much, you know? Like I said, there was a bit where that was really scary. I think that was in either Arkham Asylum or City. That was terrifying. That found it really scary. And the other ones, it kind of just doesn't go too much into it. Okay, next one. This lady, I have no idea who she is. I think she's one of the assassins from their guild or the rival guild. Same with her. Like I remember in Night, was it? Yeah, when she was like, oh yeah, like help me get rid of Ra's al Ghul. I was like, yes, like I don't know you, but yeah, let's get rid of them. Or was that her? It was either her or her. So because these two are like irrelevant, I'm gonna put them here. Oh my God, look at my D.
What did he say?
Like no one's there with Joker yet. He's like the only one at S tier. Penguin. I do enjoy Penguin. To me, Penguin's more like a gangster than like you know how these villains have like powers or they're crazy or whatever. Like he's just like, I'm a gangster. Like he's just gangster. So Penguin, I enjoyed him. He wasn't in Asylum, was he? I enjoyed him in City and in Night. But I feel like, you know, when it comes to Two-Face, Penguin, they kind of put them into like, oh, they're just robbing banks situation or as a box, you know? So you don't give them too much. But the opening scene in City with Penguin, sick. Kind of low-key enjoyed him in Origins a bit too. So for that reason, because he's a very cool villain and classic, I think I'm gonna put him here. I feel like he's either B or A. Gonna go B. I'm being very, very like strict. Very strict to this. Obviously, this is all my opinion. You may have different opinions. Let me know your opinion. Let me know your tier list down below. You can do it in the comments, but this is mine. Anyways, Poison Ivy. Love Poison Ivy. Really enjoy her as a character. I think she's really interesting. I also love that her whole shtick is like do anything for the plants and for like nature. She was ahead of her time, clearly. To me, just like Catwoman, she's a bit more ambiguous with where her morals lie. Like I feel like she can go a bit, yeah, I feel like she's kind of like an anti-hero too, so it can go both ways. Villain wise, she's definitely like someone that I keep thinking about, so for that reason I'm gonna go with A. Clearly I have a bias towards keep putting them high up, but they're very cool and it's not that many. There's 1 2 3 4 5 6 women, but these ones are like irrelevant, no offense. Deathstroke. You don't really learn too much of Deathstroke. Like they kind of briefly mention him, but he's like a sniper. He's basically a paid assassin as well, isn't he? He's been paid to get rid of Batman, I think, or Bruce at one point. Deathstroke, I wasn't too interested in this character until Batman Arkham Origins. His boss fight is one of my most favorite boss fights of Origins. Like, Origins isn't the best Arkham game, but the boss fights in that game was so good. It's kind of exactly what I wanted in Night, but Night was a freaking just driving simulator with Batmobile. Still enjoyed it, but yeah. Deathstroke, his freaking boss fight is what's gonna make him go up for me because he would that, and it was so sick. And he's an old man. Well, he looked like one, so he's sick. To me, he's gonna go either A or B. Okay, I'm gonna go B because to me, he was only good in Origins. Like he was sick in Origins. That boss fight was the best boss fight. Like I wanna do that boss fight again. It was so sick. Okay, I might change this around, but this is how I feel in a moment. All right, next one, Man-Bat. Man-Bat is a cool character. It's kind of funny that he's called Man-Bat and Batman's called Batman. It's like, what happened to the originality? I do wonder how the comic people came up with this. He's an interesting character. His backstory is kind of different compared to the games and the animated series, the Batman one. So let me know which one's canon. If I go based on the Arkham games, his backstory is sad. If I go based on the animated series, he kind of purposely puts him in that position. Although the same in Arkham Knight, but it was kind of different. Like he was doing it for a good cause, blah, blah, or whatever. Actually, no. In the animated series, his wife stays with him. So in the Arkham games, he accidentally ends his wife after turning into a man-bat out of his control because he goes out of control. Whereas in the series, he does it for whatever reason, but his wife stays with him. And I think he gets locked up in Arkham Asylum or whatever it was before Arkham Asylum. I do wonder, does Man-Bat have any control when he's in this position, when he turns into Man-Bat, or no? Let me know. Other than that, because I say he's only been for like in few instances, I'm gonna go with C. Because like I'm just thinking like in the Arkham games, because this isn't animated, this is the game. In Arkham Knight, all we did was he was just flying around. Like, he honestly wasn't doing anything. He was just flying around the sea. And then us as Batman, we go find him, legit yeet onto his back, and then forcibly inject him with something without his consent. And then he would try to run away and he would do the same thing. And then we arrest him and he's like upset and crying because he hurt his wife. So sad, but like not doing too much as a villain. So C. This guy was so interesting. Really messed up. I forgot his name. Was he called Professor Pyg or something? He was so interesting. Like you never really hear of him, but was it Arkham Knight? That was the first time I heard of him. And I felt like he was so interesting. He was so cool as well. Like his like, I liked reading the notes. I like that he listens to orchestral music. His whole shtick of trying to find the perfect person. Oh, I don't know. It's so messed up that it's cool. Like, it's just interesting. So I really did enjoy his DLC. For that reason, I'm going to go with B. I found him quite interesting as a villain. I would like to see more of him, but I don't think we will. All right, next one. Mad Hatter. Mad Hatter, I find his character also cool, especially because it's obviously from the fairy tale. Wait, does Alice in Wonderland count as a fairy tale? But you know, it derives from that, and he's always trying to find his perfect Alice. I found his character really interesting too, but I heard he's a bit of a sus and dodgy, so we'll leave it there. I liked his missions in that Batman Arkham games when he would trip out, and it's kind of like storybook telling, kind of similar to Scarecrow, but you get the same gist. I found that really cool and very trippy. It's kind of interesting the way he uses that. So for that reason, because I enjoyed that part of the game, I'm going to go with, we'll go with B. Why not? Okay, next one. This guy, this is a cult guy, isn't it? All I remember with this guy, right? This guy here, this old man here, is he kidnapped the journalist and put him in a cage. And then he was like doing weird, he was trying to do like a ritual thing. So that's all I remember from him. So I wouldn't even like, I don't know if he has a bigger roles in the comics or any other animated series, but like, honestly, that's all I remember. So it's kind of interesting because he's like a cult guy. Like, it's interesting. They were trying to do sacrifices and stuff, but like, honestly, kind of irrelevant, you know? So for that reason here, this guy, I honestly don't remember who he was. Was he like a mayor or something? Oh no, or was he the guy with the blimps, the airships? I forgot his name. Was that him? I don't remember. For that reason, I'm going to put him here because I don't recall. If it's the mayor, yeah, whatever, irrelevant. The guy with the blimps, yeah, whatever, kind of at the same time. Kind of cool, but at the same time, you know, not memorable. Okay, Riddler. Riddler is like the bane of my life. Sorry, Bane. Where is he? Wait, Bane or Pain? Bane. Riddler is the pain of my life. Bane of my life. Is that where it comes from? Anyways, he made me so addicted to basically getting all the Riddler trophies and all the games. In Arkham Knight, I actually 100%ed it. Why? I don't know. He is an interesting character too. I love how angry and mad he gets, but he's so irritatingly annoying as well, trying to collect everything, if you know what I mean. I do enjoy him though, because he's just like an interesting character, isn't he? I'm gonna give him a B. No, an A. Sorry, not a B. Next character, Scarecrow. Scarecrow, I actually think is a really scary character. I found him scary in City, and in City, I think it was one where it was kind of tripping out, and it was kind of like 2D side scroller vibes. that was kind of difficult to do as well, and very creepy, and then obviously very intense and like more in nights. As a character, I think he's pure villain. I wouldn't say I love him as much as Joker. I feel like he could probably go up to S tier, but because for me, Joker's like the ultimate, I'm gonna go with A. He's really scary though. Like, he's honestly like this. Do you know what I'm gonna put in there? Actually, I'm gonna put him S tier because like he really is scary. This was my tier list for the Batman Arkham villains. Let me know what you think. So for S tier, we've got Joker and Scarecrow. For A tier, we've got Dr. Freeze, Catwoman, Poison Ivy, and Riddler. For B tier, we've got Doctor Strange, Harley Quinn, Two-Face, Bane, Killer Croc, Penguin, Deathstroke. I think he was Professor Pyg and Mad Hatter. For tier C, we've got Solomon Grundy, Arkham Knight, was it Black Mask? Firefly, Ra's al Ghul, and Man-Bat. And for tier D, Zsasz, forgot his name, irrelevant,
emotional, damn it.
mini bosses, don't know who that is, irrelevant, really don't like her, meh. Cult guy, don't know who he is. So this is mine. If anyone's interested with this, I can always link this down and then you guys can go and do your own. But I'm really curious to see what the community rank is, like what everyone else has done in the community. So let's go and compare both. So this was mine and this is the community one. So these ones were basically what I did, irrelevant. I told you. These guys being on C, interesting. Okay. These guys, Solomon Grundy, Mad Hatter, Professor Pyg, Man-Bat. Okay, this guy, interesting. This guy, interesting too. Ra's al Ghul being this high, I don't understand. I also don't understand why Charlie is this high. Honestly, the A tier makes sense. The S tier, I was right. The reason why I didn't put Dr. Freeze as S tier is just because I feel like he's not a villain in my eyes, that's why. He's just like so ambiguous, which is why I haven't. I feel like this is a good one. Okay, well that was good. It is interesting to see how the Batman, like the community of like Batman watchers and lovers and those who play the game, how they've decided. Very similar tastes, mostly. I think I'm a bit more harsh though, for sure. Arkham Knight being this high, All right, so if you enjoyed this tier list, please let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you thought of my tier list. Let me know what you thought of the community tier list. Let me know how you would rank each villain and tell me who your most favorite villain is and tell me your most disliked villain in the Arkham games. And yeah, please make sure to subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you guys soon with either a new gameplay or a new reaction. Bye everyone.